it's Alex. It's been a minute. Um, I've broken my phone screen. Got a replacement phone and broke that screen. But yeah, I'm just making this short video, giving my support to our future Madam President Kamala Harris. Um, I'm really not blind to what she has done for not just black people, just some of my cousins personally. A few years ago, they had some trouble going to go pay their taxes in cash because they were local, independent, licensed cannabis farmers, suppliers to a dispensary that they were partners in, and going to pay their taxes in cash. They got pulled over by California Highway Patrol. And they face serious drug charges going to pay their taxes for a cannabis business with no cannabis in the vehicle, mind you. It's not like they were trafficking anything. But one of them had a few blunts on him. That's personal use. That is not an issue, in my opinion, but cops be petty because of this war on drugs for the last 50, 40 years. Marijuana is feared when it's something that we don't know enough about. That's something that we need to research, need to be looking into, need to be more economical for POCs to get into the business. People who have been adversely affected by the harsh criminalization and penalties of the illegal illicit marijuana drug market. It's like some of these stupid cops think marijuana is just as bad as heroin when we got people shooting up heroin in broad daylight in alleys. And this country needs a lot of help, and it's not going to get it from Trump. Because we know his history. We know what Trump's about. Kamala, we know her history. We know her history as a prosecutor, as a law and order person. Like, that's the thing I've always been saying since she was chosen as Biden's vice president. That she's law and order. She's a cop, essentially. Like, she believes in marijuana reform. She believes in sharing education. It's like that's half the reason I'm voting for her, is what she's done for people of color in marijuana. Her history of prosecuting sex offenders, people like Trump, that also gets more points for her. It's just like since the DNC, I've kind of been in love with Kamala, just because of her beliefs in a economy of an opportunity economy. It's like those are all ideals. It's like I feel like I really want her because $10,000 could help my small business. Like I'm giving her my full support, and I am a little upset that she's taking our governor to be her vice president, but Waltz is going to do great in that position, just like she did great in that position. It's like it's a stepping stone. Like, and if Walsh becomes president in 12, 16 years, not 12, because the president, yeah, president's president for 4 years. So yeah, so it'd be 4 years, 8 years after Kamala. I'd be okay with that because Walsh, like Kamala, has been very progressive when it comes to the fight for marijuana education. That's the thing. Like, you can't be pro marijuana without being pro marijuana education because people don't know what it can do. Like, I don't know how many news stories I heard during the pandemic of suburban white people thinking because it's legal, overdoing it, whether it's CBD or THC vapes or just whole flower. There's so many news stories of white people overdoing it, of these suburban middle class white families who have been in the realm of all drugs are bad. When we know for a fact that marijuana is not as bad as these other drugs. I don't know how many homies I have that were on heroin, were straight up heroin addicts. And instead of the methadone, they started smoking. Like, I mean, I used to have a homie who used to come by and pay to toke up because he didn't have flour, but he knew that smoking something would be better than doing heroin, which was already destroying his life. But there's so much we don't know about marijuana that we need to learn. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But I've been Alex V Mizu. Yeah, I've been Mizu. And vote for Kamala, please, please, please. Do not vote for that orange goon, that orange criminal sex offender. It's like, if you're of legal voting age, vote for Kamala. If you're in grade school and you're doing a mock vote, vote for Kamala. Because I remember when I was in elementary school and middle school, how we did our mock vote for the president. And generally, I was kind of right every time. Just because I mean, just because I pay attention to politics ever since. It's like, and that's the problem. A lot of people in this country do not pay attention to politics. A lot of people don't pay attention to what Kamala has done for them. But she's been great when it comes to marijuana reform, recidivism, that revolving door prison system where you come out of prison with no skills and you go back to the crime stuff you were doing before. She helped put a stop to that kind of BS. It's like, and I'm sure there's a whole laundry list of Kamala's achievements. And I haven't checked Ballotpedia in a minute. But shout out to Ballotpedia. They're not a sponsor, but I've been a fan of them since the Obama what? Who did Obama run for against? Like, was it Cheney? I think, yeah, Obama v. Cheney. Which Ballotpedia helped me see that Obama and Biden voting history, yes, they were Democrats, but their voting history shows that they are conservative leaning. And that is something that I really picked up on as, again, another, you can call me stupid if you want, but I'm another conservative leaning person who's voting for Kamala Harris because she's going to help me out more than that orange Cheeto stained president would ever do for us. Because I know Trump's history. I mean, my family's been personally affected by his racist history. Like, on so many levels. It's like, I have a really big family. Like, I've got an aunt who used to go to school. And, I don't know, she used to live in one of Obama's buildings. And she was dating one of my uncles. And she got evicted because she was dating a Negro. It's like, there's so many details of Trump's racist history that people don't know about, that they're not aware of. But yeah, that's just how I'm feeling about this coming election. And I feel very confident in our first East Asian, Jamaican, black president. Alright? Because let's not ignore the history that Jamaica is one of the islands that they brought slaves to. And it's like, wherever you see black people around the world, slaves are brought there. And then you've got some like cultures and groups in Brazil that know and honor their history. It's like, Brazil's one of the craziest places to be during Black History Month. But that's neither here nor there. I'm sick of this BS from Janet Jackson about Kamala not being black. Because what the heck do you think Jamaican is? Where do you think them Jamaican Negroes came from? Like, yeah, those are just some of my feelings. Like, I'm all for Kamala. Obama, keep endorsing candidates across this country because we need another blue wave. We need another blue wave because since they repealed Roe versus Wade, since that stupid ass Dobbs decision, women in this country's health and life are in more danger than they have ever been. It's ridiculous that my stepdaughter has less rights than her grandmother, my mother. Like, so this has gone way too far with Trump and MAGA and Project 2025. We need to do something about him. We can't allow him to become president again. So thank you. All I gotta say is give this video a like. If this is your first time with me, hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna get back to doing these vlogs and check-ins and political. Yeah. And then check out my other channel, what is it? Perspective of Color News, POC News. I'll link all the stuff. I gotta touch up my channel. I've been so busy. It's been a crazy, crazy time. But, peace. All right.